Some of my highlights for being a spoken word artist in the last 19 years, the first thing that came to mind is all the places that I have performed. I have performed and slash or have been invited to perform in Accra, West Africa, um, in Scotland, Cannes, France, Paris, France, Kaiserslautern, Germany, Munich, Germany, Vancouver, and Nova Scotia, Toronto. And I was the first spoken word artist to be invited to Antigua to perform for the governor that was coming into office, and of course all over the United States. I have aspirations to go to South America, and my partner and I own a production company. We were called to come to South America this year, but of course, because of the pandemic, that had to be put on hold, and health, safety, and family first in Jamaica. The Lululemon ambassadorship program for me has been amazing. I have, again, been all over the place. As a runner who likes to travel anyway, I was all over the world, and every time I go to somewhere new, I always find a Lululemon store and take pictures with them and introduce myself as an ambassador and say, hey, how's it going? How's your store going? Let me see what you got. Let me see what's new, what's popping in your store, what fashion do you have that we don't have. The experience has been wonderful. I've been able to do so many different things with Lululemon, include performance. And one of my favorite things about being a Lululemon ambassador was being a Pace Beaver for 2 years in a row at the coveted Seaweeds Half Marathon, which we did this year virtually, and it was still just as fun. Absolutely. So if you may or may not recognize my face from the International Yoga Day video, I also did a We Are the Women Day video for Lululemon, and locally in Atlanta, and then sometimes when I travel, including the store in downtown Chattanooga, some of the employees will actually come out to the shows when we're in town. And then of course my store helps to support by introducing new product and merchandise to people who may be in the show who have never seen it before. And they have opened up the store for me so many times off hours to conduct a yoga DJ session, to conduct a yoga writing session, to do a run clinic. Absolutely, they do support me as a spoken word artist, and which makes it great because I get to be myself through and through. I wrote this because if wherever you are, raise up your church finger. If you, this is what I call a church finger, or a permission finger, like when you're in movies and you have to kind of dip out. If you don't go to church, that's fine. It's just like the permission finger, and you're like, oh, excuse me, excuse me. So I wrote this first poem called Cardinal because I remember literally I was on stage. I love fashion, and I had on some Scottish British tights that had yellow, purple, red in them. I had on a red pencil skirt and this yellow shirt and a big purple flower, and I was doing my poems at this poetry slam, and I remember getting 2s and like 3s. And the thing about a poetry slam, unlike a performance, is that you don't get to talk your time. So you don't get to introduce your poem and do an introduction like I'm doing now. So you just go into your poem. And I really felt that I was being judged before they had even got a chance to know me. And so this poem is about being yourself no matter what people say about you, no matter what people think about you, and just living your life the best way that you know how, unapologetically. So if you think about it, raise up your church finger or your permission finger if you have ever judged someone before ever getting to know them. And that's probably all of us. So instead, next time, get to know the person before judging them. This is Cardinal. A 10-year-old walks out of my grandmother's closet. A mini Southern Baptist diva, too young to know what diva is, struts out. Hat flapping over her face, wicker bending to kiss the side of her cheek after every step, a wide yellow bow trailing down her back where one day, she hopes, her wedding dress would be. One white glove hand imitating a frantic fanning of the face as if she was just to pass out from heat exhaustion. Pearls draped 4 times around her neck and red lipstick smeared from ear to elbow. One of those Kodak moments. Good thing digital wasn't out yet. Too many things to erase and forget, eaten up by bad memories. First day of 5th grade, does it look like I want my brother's hand-me-downs? I am 2 patent leather Mary Janes and Hello Kitty for that. My mother wore dresses in the same Save Mart clothes the entire neighborhood wore. I would always find a phone booth on my way to the bus stop, peeling back jackets she was waiting for me to grow into, jeans not too trendy, not too tight. At recess, we were already practicing hairstylists and clothing designers, switching tops and ideas. Scissors, the original 5-in-1 tools, turned sweatshirts into miniskirts, a perfectly good pair of tights into fishnet, recombing and twisting each other's hair on the steps while boys ran in circles chasing dust. College, my brother's old fatigues turned patchwork skirt, Afro and Angela Davis t-shirt had folk clutching their purses like they were running back trying to make first down. It's Kinko's, people. I'm just trying to copy my chapbook, for Christ's sake. Wanted to get my word out to the people, let them know the revolution was coming, and me wearing my brother's fatigues for 24 days straight symbolized my quiet protest till they sent those boys home. My brother lost his life 3 days after being called off to war. Decided his government-issued 9mm tastes better than cold turkey on rye that day for lunch. No note. No, nothing. Just some orderlies to clean up his remains, chunks of his brain tissue caught between the fibers of the mop and the sponge, smeared him into the wood grain of the mess hall floors, gives new meaning to driftwood. On vacation, my parents tried their best to play color match with their Negro child. They were hippies, flower children, caught between the movement and privilege. Adopting me, they said, was their effort to try to save the world. Well, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Well, lucky for them, their color will fade. Right here, we are all 21 years old. And holding, forgive me for not sounding or looking like you expect me to. There are 2 type of people in the world, me and everybody else. The awesome thing is you can repeat the same mantra. Find yourself a compact, a rear view, or dark windows on the building as your speed walking through lunch. Repeat 3 times daily and call on me never. This is the part of the poem where I'm supposed to tell you why. Nah, shawty, this is how it's always going to be. I'm always going left when the world says north. I'm always wearing plaid and polka dots when solids are in. My cadence will always be rocker meets hip-hop before life support, and I will always want to slip my wrist after a bad breakup, but I won't, because I'm too fly, and that's simple. And this poem is about you and I, and how it seems to be a cardinal sin for us to think that we're great. Well, I happened to look up the word cardinal, much sought after caged bird, highly valued for its song and color. Look, life is like meditation. Think about yourself first before reaching out to others. But the trick is not to believe that you are better. Not to believe that you are better, but never believe you're worse. Go. The second poem that you're about to hear is called Domino Effect, which is the title track for one of my albums. So secret fun fact about me, 2 things. 1, in Cardinal, I am adopted to, I'm a grown person now, adopted to an all-white family in Detroit, Michigan, not in the suburbs. So that was another thing that played into Cardinal. But Domino Effect is me talking to hip-hop artists saying, hey, let's get it together. We can do a little bit better. Also, a lot of times, Kendrick Lamar, even recently, I even heard the City Girls mention the word poetry in their rap songs. And sometimes it's just not up to par to what a spoken word artist's job is. Our job is to speak for the people, is to talk about the problems of the streets, is to bring awareness to the people, where a hip-hop artist's job is to brag and, and to play out a fantasy that they may or may not have ever lived. So spoken word artist is speaking for the people, and then hip hop artist is kind of giving you that fantasy escape. So as a spoken word artist, my charge has always been to speak to the hip hop artists and say, hey, look, if we come together and do a little better, look, we can really affect the people and make a serious change for the positive good of the entire world instead of tearing people down all the time. So, and it's also a little, bragging in there saying, I could probably do better than you. So sometimes you got to brag about yourself and not have imposter syndrome. You're worth it. Love is a battlefield, a war zone. Love is a grenade, a time bomb, an Al Qaeda liquor store, an Iraqi soldier, 14 years old and strapped. This is the domino effect, with one guarantee. We all fall down, but get up with desert eagles, Velcro to our wrists, fingers superglued to the trigger with a quarter and a prayer. Love is 70-30, not 50-50, and definitely not 50. While you waited for the hook, it was 4 bars ago. I only said it once so you don't get reeled in. My philosophy is your head is rocked because your neck knows it's fat. Yeah, period. Watch for it. Try not to miss it. Here it comes again. They call it a hook because their next line is a sinker, a weight to keep you underestimated, under distress. They think your head is bobbing, but you're trying to catch your breath, trying to gasp for help. Here's another fiasco. I found a condom under a merry-go-round on the playground and asked God, what are we coming to? Of course he'd end up in prison. He's been counting hooks and bars since he was 11. Mama couldn't afford the tuition without the scholarship. Didn't believe in him enough to push for academics. All creative children end up on Prozac. What she didn't know is intelligence is genetic. On her first prenatal visit, her ultrasound revealed profound qualities and leadership abilities. Now they're seeping poison in her embryonic fluid, calling it prenatal care. But what they're preventing here is a chance for our race to finally end up there. Love is war and cardiac arrest. Where's my smoke signal? Where is your flare? Watch how she sway. I'm it, but you can't buy this on eBay. I got swagger like Katrina meets Titanic like. You can keep commercial. I'm for the people. Okay, you got a couple of seasons. I'm for the sequel. Already been in the source. This is the new game. Already been spoken word. So what you saying? I've been divorced twice, so you can call me off the chain. You don't catch me doing back bends for black sands, but I will take the backlash for all black women. You can finally catch the hook when you stop listening. Wait for the beat to change to tell you when you can chime in. It'll sink in like your patch for nicotine. The distinct difference is this test, you might want to end up positive. Yo, they mad at my stilettos. I tell them you can still be fly off the sale rack at the Gap, but your shoes are a reflection of you. They should match your attitude. Shit, I'm as mean as my shoe game. They gotta check their 401ks before messing with me. Ladies, if you ain't pumped about your pumps, well, I don't know what to tell you. They mad when I pull up to the poetry spot in the 6th drop. Mr. Backpack and African Bees tries to challenge me, says we're supposed to be struggling. I tell him I am. I'm listening to you. I rock like 2 teenagers in heat, foggy mirrors in the backseat of mom's stolen SUV, parked in the park after dark. Don't talk to me about jet setting. Talk to me when you've been first class on the Silver Bullet from Switzerland to Cannes, from the UK to Milan, on the train with its back bends around the mountains bending. You think you've seen it, and you look out the window and you're 2 inches from the scenic. Your head is always in the clouds, so you miss the ocean spray in the morning, the sunsets in London. See, that was a trick. You're still not paying attention. There aren't any sunsets in London. The mountains in Scotland, the hills in Frome. Brothers, talk to me when you can pay my student loans with 1 check stub. And I don't mean then you can talk to me. I mean then you can talk to me. Holler at me when your passport stamps match mine. Until then, you're just another international local, not even listening, just waiting for the punchline. But yo, hip-hop, I got your CDs. I left them at home. I spot you 10 bars, yo. You couldn't take my throne. And yo, if that's all y'all got for battle rhymes, I'll let you keep my CDs so you can study for next time. Peace. Thank you for this incredible opportunity. Thank you for watching and sharing space with me. My name is Queen Sheba. You can follow me on all social media at The Queen Sheba. Thank you so much, Lululemon.